Man, I did not do my notes right. I apologize. What's going on, y'all? This is Paranoid Grower. I'm truly excited for this episode and hope you are as well. He is one of the original testers for Green Guy Genetics. He's also a tester for Outcast Genetics, a true hashishan within the community. He's one of my best friends, the man, the myth, the legend, BadgersBunk. Welcome to the show.
What's up?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. So we're going to start this podcast out. What are we smoking on tonight?
What is this? SS.
Super Sun God?
Yeah.
The hash?
2-year aged SS hash. Yes.
Hell yeah, dude. I fucking love that. Yeah, I'm smoking on, I actually have two things. I've got a joint of Cosmic Revival from Night Owl that I grew. And also, when Grateful was here yesterday, we pressed the frequency shift from Irie Genetics that Rooter Alistair grew.
Oh, heck yeah. How do you like that press?
It was cool. Like, okay, so the press is cheap. It was just a cheap press on Amazon. When you go to adjust the heat, up is down and down is up. Like legit, like because he was sitting there trying to turn it down because it was like up really high, and he was like, "Why does it keep going up?" I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" I was like, "This thing is backwards."
This press, what was it built in Australia?
Dude, I have no idea where it was.
Or New Zealand or one
I'm
of them
guessing
up top?
China. Yeah, something's backwards as fuck on it. But that we noticed that the heat doesn't stay where it's supposed to. Like we set it at 170, and as we were pressing, noticed the gauge would go anywhere between 170 and 185. So
Oh, it's going up. Okay.
yeah, it was like fluctuating between 170 and 185. But out of 4 grams, we got 0.69 of grams.
Okay.
So, and it turned out really well. Like it looks really good. I don't know if anybody could see this on the camera or not, but it turned out pretty decent.
Heck yeah.
So I'm happy about it.
I figured you'd also be busting out some SS.
You know, I should have done
Grateful
that.
smoked it all.
No, he didn't smoke at all. I do have some, but no, I didn't bring it up here with me. I'm slipping. I apologize. So we'll go ahead and get into the topic of all the meetups that you and I have had the pleasure of meeting. The first meetup that we had was Hash Bash 2023 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I had gotten a house in Milan. Terry or TN Genetics and I, we drove up from Tennessee and met you at the house. And Rooter Alistair came over at one point, and we all kind of hung out together and stuff. But actually, I was wanting to kind of get your experience with Hash Bash, the 2023 one.
2023?
Yeah.
It was fun as hell. The weather sucked.
The weather fucking sucked.
The weather sucked, so that meant there wasn't really much going on the campus. There really wasn't crap going on in the street fair. So yeah, we were either at the Cup or most of the time at the house.
Right.
Which
yeah. The weather was horrible. Like it rained the whole way up, and we dealt with the rain even that morning of the event. Like, so we thought they were going to cancel, and the whole time you're like, "No, they don't cancel. They're just going to deal with the rain." I'm like, "Okay." Well, we get out. We didn't go to the Diag because the weather was so bad, but we did go.
We kind of went a little later on in the day too. The Diag's more of an early thing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. But yeah, we went to the Monroe Street Festival and walked around there. We seen the guy with that had the leaf blower.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
the whole the whole street's just a cloud of smoke. This guy's blowing on a freaking leaf blower, and there's a big old crowd of people around him, and we're like, "Where the heck is Jeremy?" And the next thing you know, because you're tall, we just see your head right in the middle of the crowd, just getting blasted with the leaf blower.
Yeah, it was new. It was something new to me. I never experienced anything like that before. So yeah, I had to jump in on that.
Heck yeah!
Yeah, it was fun, man. We bought some hash there too. From
A
one of the
couple times, or a
yeah
couple times the first year. Yeah.
yeah. I know. Well, the Broody bought that one at the Cup, and then we seen that guy at the Monroe Street Festival that had the pint-sized mason jar full of hash. So we actually bought a little bit of hash from him, and of course we had your hash as well. I definitely don't want to pass up on that. But I don't remember the name of it. It was the 4-year aged hash that you had brought.
The 4 year was a magic cookie
Magic Cookie. Who was that from?
uh, from Rockbud, I believe.
Right. Yeah. That is that the one that that made everybody's knees weak.
No, that was Asgard Wedding from Green Guy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah. All right. That's the one. So
Yeah.
the first time we smoked was the Asgardian wedding. We we had the house that I rented was uh part of another house, like it was just like a mother-in-law's den that they had built onto the house. So we had our own little porch and all that. And so it was just the four of us, me, T and Genetics, Badger, and Rudy on the front porch smoking this Asgardian wedding hash. Let me tell you, it made you weak in the knees. Like as soon as you hit it, you would just start feeling like doing this number. I mean, I'm sure people, listening in can't see, but I'm like crouching down. Like we had
Yeah.
to basically hold up the side of the house because we couldn't stand. It made us so weak in the knees. So yeah, huge shout out to you on that the Asgardian wedding hash that you had. How old was
Shoot.
that hash whenever you brought it?
That was I don't know, at least a year old.
A year. Okay.
I don't smoke it if it's under a year.
Right. Dude, yeah, it is so good. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
The
everybody had to help hold up the walls. Either that or they had to sit down to keep the porch from blowing away one or the other.
right. I know. Yeah, the weather was pretty rough, unfortunately for us. But the good thing was we got to hang out. When we went to the Cup, we actually met up with Matt Macatak Gardens. Actually, we met up with him at breakfast first, and then met up with him at the Cup.
Didn't we see him Friday night? Oh no, we didn't go Friday night.
No, we didn't go Friday night. We
That's
only
right.
went Saturday.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and while we were there, we met Monsta from Cultivation Conversation. Got to smoke with him, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, and then another great thing about the hash bashes, that's whenever you and I first got the jet fuel cuts from Rudy.
Yes.
I don't know if you listened to the last episode, but me and Rudy were talking about that. How you were the one that saved the jet fuel after this. This was the cup that made it to where we officially changed the name to Badger's Cut.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. Like I know. So I took a cut, and you took a couple cuts, maybe. Um, but you'd have did a mother on one and left one outside. Is that what it was?
Um, I got I got two cuts there. One of jet fuel and then one of mojito.
Oh yeah, the mojito. That's right.
Yeah. And then yeah, the jet fuel cut I ended up turning her into a mom, and then obviously have been taking cuts ever since.
Right.
In fact, I just up potted the mom 2 days ago in preparation for taking cuts to bring to this year's hash bash.
Yay! All right. I'm so excited about that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got um, I won the one I won was on the, or I think both of you and I won the giveaway.
Yeah,
on Crafting Cannabis podcast on their Discord. Um, but yeah, man, I'm telling you, I love that jet fuel. It's such a wonderful
you didn't
cultivar.
love it in the beginning.
I didn't love it in the beginning. I will say that. I admit I did not love it in the beginning.
You said it gave you all kinds of anxiety and it
It
made
did.
you
Well,
paranoid.
the problem was I made RSO out of it, and I took the RSO, and it was a little too much. And I know my limit now when it comes to jet fuel, so I just smoke it in a joint form now. And I mean, I got it. We have it in the flower rosin, and so I will do that every once in a while. But I know my limit with jet fuel because jet fuel does get me like amped up and anxiety and heart racing and everything. But I think that's what it's supposed to do.
Well, I mean, we made RSO of it when you were here a couple months ago,
All
and that
right.
RSO is awesome.
Well, the difference between that RSO plus the versus the one that I made, mine was straight jet fuel. The one that we did with yours had the SS heads in it, and I think you put a couple other things in it too, didn't you?
Uh, it was mostly it was no it was jet. It was like 5 jars of jet fuel,
All
and
right,
then it was some SS heads. But
right,
the alcohol that I used was the alcohol that I used to wash my bags with.
right.
So and those bags were SS and white sauce.
Oh yeah, the white sauce. I forgot about that. Yeah, so
So
it's
it
a little
has a
bit of everything.
little bit of white sauce in it.
Yeah, so it's a definitely a good mix. That last RSO that we made together, that was pretty badass. So the next time that we met up was Hash Bash 2024. Oops, I wrote down the wrong.
No,
Oh no, I'm sorry. The next time we met up was Hash Class
there you go.
2023. I knew I had that wrong. I knew I had that wrong.
Right.
So yeah, so I went up to Detroit and did basically a hash class with Badger. We sifted a few plants, the white sauce from Green Guy Genetics, and I'm going to blank on the other one. What was the other one that we
The
did?
other one was another SS.
Oh, it was SS. Okay,
Yeah.
that was the frozen one, right?
Yeah, all the SS uh, was fresh frozen. 3 plants.
Oh yeah,
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 I had sifted some the year before that had another plant left in the freezer. Yeah, the white
right.
sauce was dried and cured.
Hell yeah, yeah. That white sauce is pretty magical shit. I did like it a lot, and of course the Super Sun God. There's like no comparison when it comes to smoking it. I mean, especially in hash form.
Hmm.
I absolutely love it. The one of the things uh, that I did was I made sure that you had a joint in your hand at all times as I was sifting.
I mean, that's a requirement of hash class.
Right? Yeah, man. It's like, I don't know how I did it, but I timed it out just right. So basically, in between sifting, like, I would have a little bit of downtime as the washer was going, so I would have enough time to roll a joint and, like, just hand it off to him, and then I would get back to doing sifting or do whatever process I was doing at the time. Um,
Yeah, you were pretty busy.
Heck yeah, I was busy. That and busy making messes, unfortunately. I was spilling water like crazy. I will admit to making a mess. I'm still trying to get used to, like, the whole process of sifting and, yeah, the water, it can definitely get messy.
That's why we don't do it indoors,
That's right.
or at
Most
least not in
definitely.
our houses.
Hell yeah. Um, while I was there in Detroit, we actually Badger showed me some really cool food places. We did the Coney Challenge. Explain to everybody what the Coney Challenge is.
Basically, there's these two Coney Islands right next to each other in Detroit. They've been there forever. They're like, I don't know, maybe some of the original Coney Islands in Detroit. And they used to be family. They're not family anymore. They kind of hate each other. It's like a rivalry.
It's a good rivalry, honestly.
Yeah, so you just go have a couple conies at one place, and then go have a couple conies at the other place. And
Yeah, I like the way that you laid it out too. Is like you took me to the one that you thought that I might not like first, and then took me to the one that I ended up liking but second.
Well, I took you to the one that I don't like
Oh,
first.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, and honestly, I didn't like the first one. I think it was, is it called American Pony or
yeah. First
something?
one was America,
Right. And the second one was Lafayette or Lafayette. I don't know how y'all say it.
Lafayette. Yeah,
Lafayette. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
American is like I don't know, like really clean diner type, atmosphere. Whereas Lafayette, it's like, working class. There's like, everybody shares a table. You're sitting next to strangers. It's dirty. You know,
right.
yeah,
Yeah. The Lafayette one or restaurant was to me the better one. I liked the fact that being able to sit at the same table and the decor and everything. It's just everything to me. It just seemed a little bit more laid back than the American one.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. The atmosphere. I love the atmosphere of Lafayette.
yeah, atmosphere. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. The other restaurant that you showed me was Ernie's.
Oh yeah.
God, oh my God. Let me tell you about the. If y'all haven't been to Ernie's, y'all need to make a trip to Detroit just to go because these sandwiches are spectacular. Um, I didn't the first year I went up there with Badger, I didn't get the monster. I forget what's the one below the monster because I know that's the one I got.
I
I
don't
don't
remember. I think the one you got only had like three meats on it or something like that.
right, yeah, and so like the difference is the monster has like 7, right? 7 or
Yeah.
yeah, it's insane. You cannot bite from the top of the sandwich to the bottom. You actually are just biting either the bottom or the top or maybe the middle, and you kinda like work your way around this sandwich. That's how fucking huge this sandwich is. It's ridiculous,
Yeah, Ernie's is awesome. That place has been there since I think like the 50s or something like that.
for real.
But
Yeah,
and Ernie's still there,
yeah, it was
cranking out
wild.
sandwiches.
Yeah, it was wild that first year that you and I went, I actually got to meet Ernie. He was there, and he came out and he was, like, greeting everybody, and everybody, loves to see him. He's the highlight of the community for sure.
Oh yeah, he gives everybody hugs. He learns your name.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good
So,
place.
fuck yeah, it's a absolutely good place. And then the other thing I wanna talk about is the small bone that I got Angus, your dog.
Yeah,
Shout out Angus. Your dog is fucking awesome. I love your dog. Uh, but yeah, I got this ridiculously sized bone. Um, I don't know what do you say? It's probably like 2.5 feet,
yeah, about 2.5 feet.
right? So, yeah, I hooked him up with the bone, and so like he still has this bone. Like if you go over to his house, he has that bone, and he'll walk around with that bone, all proud and stuff, showing it off to everybody. But he doesn't chew on it. He just
Um,
walks around with it,
yeah, banging into all the doors and your legs.
right?
All my door jams are beat up.
I know, man. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, but it was funny. The whole thing, just because the reaction from him of how he still is in love with that first bone.
Oh, he's so proud anytime he puts it in his nose. Prances like a little show pony.
He sure does. So the next time we met up, so I'll get this right this time. I apologize. It was Hash Bash 2024 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Um, I got a house this time with Badger was there. We had T and Genetics, Jay Saw, and Rooter Allister, and Wilma, his dog Wilma. I was going to talk about your experience with that hash bash.
That hash bash, that hash bash was a lot of fun. It was actually warm outside, so there was a big turnout at the Diag. There was a big turnout at the street fair.
Hmm.
The cup is the cup,
Oh yeah, yeah. The
it's the
cup's
same
always the
thing.
cup. So it's funny you bring up the diag. I know we discussed it on the Crafting Cannabis disc or podcast, but the guy from behind the tree,
Oh my gosh, yes.
dude, that was wild. Like we were all sitting there. It was me, Matt Pratt. I think his wife was there,
Yeah.
and you, and we were all just sitting there just chatting. And all of a sudden, this dude walks up behind the tree and comes up to Badger, just starts hugging him and talking to him. And the whole time, Matt Fradd's looking at me like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Like, I have no idea who this is. Do you maybe remember what he said to you?
Oh man. Yeah, he walked up to me, immediately gave me a hug, and then like whispered in my ear something like, I'm so glad you're back. He's like, I won't tell anyone or something like that.
Oh my god, it was so funny. And then
And
he disappeared.
well, no, and then he turned around, looked at you, and you're like, I'm out of here.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, because I was freaked the fuck out. Like, yeah, this guy looked at me and his eyes were completely the pupils of his eyes were just it was all black. And his
I
eyes
don't
were red.
I don't think it was an actual human being.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he was. But
Because
like
then because then he walked around a tree and that was it. He disappeared.
he disappeared. We
He
never found
wasn't
him.
yeah,
We
he
walked
wasn't around the back of the tree. He just disappeared.
we walked around to the tree to see where he went and he was gone. Like we have no idea where the fuck this dude came. I mean, we know he came from the tree, but he went back into the tree somehow.
I think he was the tree,
He probably was the tree. He just morphed out and was like,
right?
"I'm glad you're back."
I
Oh, man.
mean, I've been going to Hash Bash suit since the late '80s.
Right. How many times have you been to Hash Bash now?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you.
Right. Um, yeah, uh, it was cool because you got to meet, Jay Saw, Matt Fratt, Bearded, and Chick.
Yeah.
They all came up to the house, and then Rudy cooked, and I know that one night Rudy and Matt Fratt cooked. But one of the things that you brought with you to Hash Bash was the Odin Sons hash. You had that massive ball of Odin Sons.
Well, the Odin Sons ball was a small one. The SS was the big one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, I got that backwards.
Yeah, we busted it. I was saving that SS for Hash Bash. It was like, I don't know, 64 grams or something like that. The
Yeah, it
ball.
was an insane, hugely like heavy ball of
Yeah.
hash. It was beautiful. But yeah, I'm so glad that you brought that.
But the Odin Sons ball of hash, that was what was left over from Hash Bash the year
Oh,
before.
that's right. Yeah, because we smoked that for breakfast one morning.
Yeah. Made
So
us all dumb.
it did make us 100% dumb. Yeah, because we were like, we were supposed to be getting ready to go eat breakfast with Rudy and Mac Attack that year, and we were still sitting on the porch for the longest time trying to figure out what are we supposed to do. We're supposed to
I
leave, weren't
mean,
we?
if you're not going to smoke hash first thing in the morning at Hash Bash, what's wrong?
Right, 100%, sir. Hell yeah. So the oh, and that yeah, that's something I forgot to mention was that the jet fuels Badger cut got passed around at that point to Jsaw. And
Yeah, yeah.
Jsaw, he
And Matt
actually
Pratt.
and Matt Fratt, yeah, Jsaw made cuts and we got cuts later on, or actually back in December. Um, but yeah, so the jet fuel at this point is starting to spread out more and more as we're going along.
Yeah, I want to say I brought like 5 or 6 cuts that year.
Uh huh.
It was really cool being in the Airbnb. Like at one point, I'm standing in the kitchen looking out into the living room, and on the counter is where the jars that I had, the jars of flour that I brought were at. One was mojito, one was jet fuel, and but looking through the doorway, like one eye, you can see the jars of jet fuel and mojito, and then in the living room is a whole bunch of plants, and they're jet fuel and mojito because Rudy brought me another mojito because I had floured out the one that I had.
Right.
Or I think I killed it to keep jet fuel alive when I ended up with bad thrips.
Right. Yeah. Rips. They're a son of a bitch. I tell you.
Yeah, so to keep jet fuel alive, I killed all the freaking mom plants that I had,
Yeah.
which really really hurts because one of them was grape soda. I love grape soda, and nobody around here has that cut anymore.
Damn. That blows.
But whatever, I kept jet fuel alive, so
Hell yeah.
jet fuel
Yeah.
special.
It is. It is very special. I know, like, You know, I've passed it around myself, between me and T and genetics, and he made that Colombian hijacker with it, and I think Rudy's making they're selfing it now to make seeds out of it. So we'll have it
Yep.
in seed form. Hopefully here, fingers crossed. Hopefully here soon.
All right. We'll just have to search those S1s to find that exact cut again and
Right,
put them together and see if we can't, get that exact cut stable in seed form.
right, for sure. So the next time that you and I met up was a meeting of the G's in Chicago, Illinois. Um,
No, no.
we didn't.
The next time we met up is when you came up here.
Oh yeah, man, I did not do my notes right. I apologize. Yeah, yeah, I did. Well, that was the same time. It was right.
Yeah, it was the same
It
time. Yeah.
was the same time. So yeah, I went up to Detroit this past winter. We were planning on sifting, but the weather did not cooperate with us. It was warm the whole time. I take that
Hmm.
back. It was cold one night, and it was the last night I was there. And I'm like, I'm not gonna have time for this. I gotta leave at like 6 o'clock in the morning to head home.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we didn't get to do any sifting, but we did go to Mom's Spaghetti, um, and
Yeah. Matt Fratt came up too,
yeah, Matt Fratt.
part of his press
Yep, and we did some pressing. That was a lot of fun.
and some RSO making.
Yeah, that was fun too. Yeah, we had the RSO going, and we were doing a little bit of pressing at the same time. We were kind of going back and forth with it, so we were definitely multitasking that day.
Yeah,
But
we pressed it. Yeah, at least like 4 ounces of jet fuel.
right, between because you and Matt Fratt had started right before I got there. Y'all were doing all the different temperatures, just to experiment. And then whenever I got there, Matt Fratt pressed again. I think we stuck with that. Was it 155?
155. Yeah.
Right. And that's pretty much what we pressed the whole rest of the weekend. We had that
Yeah.
big bag of jet fuel or flour that we pressed. That was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah. 155 ended up being the perfect temp between quality and yield.
The quality for sure was amazing. It was funny because we kind of tested it out. You have the Carta 2, and we pulled that out and tried it all the different temperatures on that, and we found that 155 was the smoothest. It was the best for sure.
Yep. And
Um,
there wasn't that much of a loss of yield either.
no,
Like
no, it really wasn't
once we went down to 150 degrees, then you definitely noticed a difference in yield.
for sure. But yeah, the meeting of the G's. Uh, so what is your experience with meeting of the G's, sir?
Meeting the G's was fun. It's always fun meeting other growers.
Hmm. Yeah, we drove out to Chicago in pouring rain the whole damn time we were heading out there. When we get out there and the weather was somewhat decent, but we had mainly stayed inside anyways. But we got to meet Stony Alchemist and Howling Buds from Your Average Grow.
Yeah, and I finally got to meet Back Nine also.
Oh yeah, and Back Nine Bandit for sure. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I'm glad that all that timing worked out for everybody, where everybody can come and meet up with us.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, uh, Back Nine brought um, the was it the Peach Stomper, and he pressed, and Howling brought that array of flour that we all got the little sample baggies that he gave us,
right.
and
How
then
how how only brought some rosin too. I don't remember what it was, but it was yummy.
it was, um, and then we definitely made Stony a Muppet at one point.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
getting fuzzy.
yeah. Anytime you smoke your hash, it definitely does things to the body that people aren't used to because we're all, flower smokers, really.
Mhm.
We're not used to the hash. And so, yeah, he definitely brings out the hash. Um, but yeah, we got to try the pizza. What was the name of the pizza place? I forgot to write that down.
Oh shoot, I don't know. Steve and Nick's or Steve.
Oh, it's
I
like
don't remember.
Vic and Nick's or something. I don't know. It was good.
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
was a tavern style pizza, um, which the dog stole on several occasions.
It was delicious though.
It was, and the one of the things that I thought was funny, the JSaw's dogs, they would go back and forth to the windows. I know they woke you up that next morning we were there.
Oh yeah, just pitter pattering back and forth between the kitchen or dining room window and living room door wall, whatever.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
Yeah.
His dogs are cool as shit.
Oh yeah.
Um, but that next day, that after the meeting of the G's, you and I went and adventured Chicago. So we got to go to the Bean, which one of my things was I wanted to go flick the bean, so I went and flicked the bean. And let me tell you, it hurt my finger.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's extremely hard. Uh, and we actually went to the Poop Bridge. Uh, I don't know. I don't remember the name of the street. Was it Mackenzie Street or something like that? Mackenzie Street
I
Bridge.
yeah, I don't remember the name
I,
either.
yeah. So the story is the Dave Matthews Band tour bus was driving in Chicago, and they dumped their black tank onto one of the sightseeing tour boats that goes through the Chicago River. And apparently, it was like 800 pounds of human waste that was dumped on all these people. But supposedly, there was supposed to be a plaque there that was put by Riot Fest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, the plaque was gone when we got there, but
Oh
we at
yeah.
least got to see the bridge. And at one point, there was one of those tour boats was coming through. We were like listening in to hopefully they would say something about the poop bridge, but they never said anything. I was a little disappointed.
No, and that top deck of that boat is very close to the bridge.
It is. It's like how? What do you say? Like within 10 feet at least.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's very close.
So
So,
those people got drenched in poop.
oh, it's so awful. I hate that for them, but yeah, it's wild. And then we drove to northern Chicago to the Home Alone house. If anybody's ever seen the movie Home Alone, the house they used is in a really rich area of Chicago.
Really nice
Yeah,
area.
it's insane. What was crazy is that we were expecting what, maybe 1 or 2 cars to be driving through because there was 1 car in front of us. We knew they were going to the house because they were turning every direction we were going.
Right.
But when we get there, there was like 50 people outside.
Standing outside
Yeah,
on the
outside of this
lawn
house.
in the street.
Yeah, it was
Be-
fucking insane.
Before you even see those people, you pull down the street and there's a cop sitting there and there's a sign, one way only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we talked about getting out, but I felt so bad because I didn't wanna be one of those 50 people standing out there, so we actually drove around and just did the one-way past the house, but, what's funny is, I mentioned that at work right after that, and my buddy went on to Google Maps, like the overhead view, to see the house because he didn't know anything about it, and he said that he seen people standing in the street on Google Maps. I guess as they were taking the pictures of the house, there's people out there just looking at the house.
Yeah, I'm sure there's always people out there looking at the house. That's why all the neighbors' houses were for sale.
Yeah, man, every single house surrounding the Home Alone house is for sale. There was a for sale sign in each yard. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see everybody getting frustrated with all them people in the yard and shit.
Yeah, and you can't even drive down your street.
Hell no. And then, we also got that, deep dish pizza. That one was pretty good. Honestly, I liked that pizza. The Pequods was the other restaurant. I do remember that one, that, deep dish pizza. And then I forgot to mention the bigger bone that I got for Angus while I was there.
That's right. Yeah.
So
This,
it's
this time, instead of a 2.5 foot bound, it's like 3.5 or 4 foot.
I
It
would say
doesn't even fit through a doorway sideways, which is the only way he can carry it.
yeah. When he walks through, he like bangs his head. He's turning himself. It was funny because that the morning after I gave him that bigger bone, we were sitting in the living room and he had the bone and he dropped it right on my foot. And I was like, ah, and Badger, he's like, that's what you get.
Yeah. I had a whole
Oh,
year of getting hit in the shins and that other bone dropping on my toes.
oh my goodness. Yeah, that second bone is way heavier than the first bone for sure. So yeah,
Yeah, he has to turn his head sideways when he walks through a door.
hell yeah. The next time that you and I met up was my Paranoid's birthday bash. It was actually here this past weekend, or the weekend before last, actually,
Yeah.
in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Um, I want to get your experience on that.
That was great, except for the fact that the weather followed me down.
I know, right?
It was freezing cold the whole time, but it was
Yeah,
gorgeous. It was gorgeous out there.
yeah, yeah. I'm glad that you got to see Tennessee uh, and its beauty, all that it is.
Yeah,
Um,
you guys have been trying to get me down there forever.
I know. Yeah, me and Teen Genetics, we've talked about so many times. Like, we gotta get Badger down. We gotta get Badger down, and we finally did. It worked out. It was great. We got a house out there in Gatlinburg, right on the mountainside. So we had a hell of a view. It worked out. The view was wonderful. Um, and we got to meet a few new Gromies in the
Hmm.
community on that one. So that worked out really well. We're gonna talk about the hot tub incident.
Poor K-pop.
Oh, so it was cold. Like, what do you want to say? Like probably
Cold.
26 degrees.
Not by the time we jumped in the hot tub. It was maybe 20 at that.
Yeah, you're probably right. So the house that I rented had a hot tub, and we wanted to smoke, and it was just too cold to be standing out there and smoking. So I'm like, dude, let's just get in the hot tub and
The
smoke.
hot tub was on the balcony.
Right, the hot tub was on the
Yeah.
balcony. I was like, let's just get in the hot tub and smoke some joints. And so rolled a couple joints, got in the hot tub, and we were sitting there smoking a joint, checking out the stars. I mean, it was just a beautiful night. And tell you want to tell what you said.
Yeah, at one point I was like, paranoid. Wouldn't it be funny if, you know, the first impression that, these people get of you that have never met you before is me and you sitting in a hot tub on the balcony smoking joints in the freezing cold?
Right. And right about that time, we hear a car door close, and we kind of like stopped and looked at each other like, is that here? And then all of a sudden we hear, hello? I'm
Hello,
like,
or hey guys.
I'm like, who is it? It's like, it's K-pop. I'm like, oh shit. And you right whenever he said all that, you turned around and dunked your joint in the hot tub.
Yeah, once I started hearing voices, it scared me, and yeah, my hand just went right in the water.
Yeah. It was rather funny. Um, but yeah, we got to meet K-pop on Friday night, and he brought the cherry not dump truck.
Yeah, he did. It was
Oh my
gorgeous.
god, yeah, Lee, that was some phenomenal flower. K-pop Cipher. Um, yeah, that you did an amazing job on the cherry not dump truck.
Big,
Um,
big old fat cola he brought.
hell yeah, dude.
It was delicious.
Hell yeah. The Also the other Gromies that we got to meet was Max Torque and Bandit from Eds.
Yeah.
Um, they were awesome people as well. So I'm really glad that they made it out. And then Rooter Allister, he came out as well. Um,
And Wilma.
And Wilma, yeah. So, yeah, we got to hang out with Wilma again. That was a blast. Anytime hanging out with her, she's fun. she
Right.
definitely she definitely keeps you entertained. So it
Yeah,
works
Tien.
out.
Yeah, Tien was there also.
Yeah, T and Genetics, shout out. Yeah, we had a really good time with him. I love hanging out with him. He's so funny. He always cracks me up. He always gets me laughing. So I love that dude. Um, but as we after the whole event, um, you and I were heading home, and we seen signs for Dolly Parton statue, and so we ended up stopping in Sevierville, and they have a statue of Dolly Parton. So we got to see that. That was pretty cool.
Young Dolly.
Yeah, yeah, it was young Dolly. It absolutely was. Uh, but yeah, it was an awesome experience altogether for sure. I'm glad that it worked out that everybody was able to come out to the birthday bash.
I showed an old hippie guy that picture that you took of me and Dolly
Uh huh.
a few days ago at the bar, and I didn't even tell him where it was at. And he's like, "Oh, I'm going to Sevierville in a couple of weeks or something."
No way.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
he knew
Hell yeah.
exactly where it was at.
That's wild. Yeah, that's funny. I've driven past that point, that little spot, like so many times. I had no idea that that statue was there. And then
Yeah,
I'm glad you've seen those signs. Um, but the other thing I was wanting to talk to you about was the what's growing on in your garden right now.
not a whole lot.
What do you got going on in there?
Well, I mean, I took a break for months and months, and just start, other than keeping jet fuel alive. So the only thing I have in veg right now is jet fuel mom,
Hmm.
and then I have Rudy's Moss Agate Haze number 4 in there also.
Nice.
I have no idea how far along she is in flower. I don't write stuff down anymore. And then the flower tent, I have jet fuel. I'm calling it the Badger tent right now because it's jet fuel, Badger cut
Hmm.
apparently, and then Stinky Badger from Assassin's Gardens. Those are I don't know, about three weeks in the flower or something like that.
Yeah, tell 'em about that. The stinky badger. It's pretty interesting. You
The
were telling me
Stinky
about it.
Badger is two different duckfoot mutants. It's his Christmas duck, and I can't remember what the other one was that he used. But it is the name. The name is fitting. It is super super stinky,
Yeah, I can't
like
wait to smell it.
foul stinking. From if you're standing away from it, it like when I open the tent, the whole house is just foul.
I can
And
imagine.
but if you stick your nose right up to the flowers, I don't know what I can't have pinpointed the smell yet, but it's very pleasant, very appealing.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, she's got big, giant duck feet leaves.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
Now,
it's certainly pretty. I'm really interested in the smell as much as you've talked about it. I really would like to smell it myself. And then, what style of growing? You're more organic, is that right?
yeah,
Have you ever done salts before?
yes, I ran salts for a long time.
Did you? And how long you been organic now?
Oh shoot, I don't know, a couple years.
Okay. What between the salts and the organics, which ones do you like better?
Organic,
Organic.
yeah.
Hell yeah. And what nutrient line are you running with that?
I top feed with Green Grow or whatever it is.
Pride Lands?
Yeah, probably lands.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well. And I talked to you and I talked to Marty about it, and I'm totally loving this.
It's super easy.
It is super easy.
I mean, I don't use it as the only thing that my plants get. They still get a lot of teas, and the soil is mixed up, before anything goes into it. But
Right.
yeah, it's super easy. It's nice. It produces tasty, good, good stuff.
Hell yeah. What are some of the teas that you run with?
And veg, it's mostly just like worms, worm shit.
Mhm.
If I need some more nitrogen, I'll throw some bat guano in there.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you actually, you got a worm farm going right now, don't you?
Yeah, just started that adventure not that long ago.
That's wild. It's, shout out to Smalley. I know he helped you get started on that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I don't know. It was like a Christmas present or something like that
right.
from
Yeah,
Smalley.
so what are you thinking about the worm so far?
It's pretty cool.
Is it
I mean, in like another 4 months or so, I'll have my own worm castings.
that's gonna be a wild, dude. I can't
So
wait for
yeah,
that shit. So, like, you're after the 4 months, you're just gonna be sift out the castings?
after 6 months of running it,
Okay, 6 months. Okay,
yeah, then I'll go through it and get out the castings.
right. Yeah, I'm excited, super excited about the worm farm. I wouldn't mind doing that myself eventually. I just, I'm gonna have to get, like, a kit kinda like what you did. I think I'd feel a
Yeah,
little bit more comfortable.
they're living on top of my dryer
Yeah.
and the laundry room.
What was the brand on that? Do you remember the company that you used?
Um, Uncle Jim's or something, maybe. I'm trying to see if I thought I had a paper out here on the desk, but some,
Who's your worm guy?
yeah, I think he ordered them from Uncle Jim's or something like that.
Okay.
And the first when I first got them, it was like below freezing around here,
Mhm.
and they were in the mail for like 5 or 6 days. So by the time I got them, they were all dead because they froze to death. But customer service was great. It's like, all right, there's another one coming out.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was warmer, a little bit warmer then, and it didn't take as long to get to me. So
Right. Yeah, it's awesome whenever you get to deal with companies that actually care about their customers and help each other out. It's one good thing I do like about the growing community, as everybody always seems to want to help each other out.
yeah, I think they have like a guarantee. Your worms will alive or arrive alive or whatever.
Right. For sure.
So yeah, it was pretty easy.
Hell yeah. So, sir, are you ready for the hot seat?
I guess I'm not sure I can answer these questions, but I'll try.
You can do this. I promise, man.
I've heard them; they're hard.
They're not hard.
They are for someone that doesn't have a memory.
Well, I think we all don't have a memory. All right. So, number one, which band or artist did you see for your first concert and venue?
Venue, I don't remember, but it was Alice Cooper, who was one of his Halloween shows.
No way, Alice Cooper,
Yeah,
dude, that's fucking awesome.
I want to say I don't know, 15, 16, something like that.
Do you remember who you went with?
And just some high school buddies.
Oh, okay, well, that's cool. Hell yeah. All right, number two. What was your favorite song when you were 16?
That's a tough one. I don't know. There were so many damn bands back then.
Well, you can if you don't remember the song, you can name some of the bands that you were like really were in love with when you
I
were
mean, I was
16.
rocking a lot back then, but that was back in like Skate and Destroy. So let's say I Saw Your Mama by Suicidal Tendencies. That was always a good song.
Hell yeah, Suicidal Tendencies, fucking awesome band.
Mhm.
Hell yeah. It's a good song. All right. Number three. Have you met a musical artist or band in person? Could be like a meet and greet or out in the wild.
Yeah, I've met quite a few of them.
Who
In
did you
fact,
meet?
one of the bands is going to be in Nashville in April
Oh, really? Who was it?
at some place. I think it's called Exit In or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I know what Accident is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Reverend Peyton's big damn band.
Okay.
They're pretty awesome.
Where did you meet them at?
At a show, I
Oh, no
think
shit.
I first seen them at a Warp Tour like a million freaking years ago, and then I see them pretty much anytime they come into town
Right on.
now. But yeah, I've met them lots of times.
Hell yeah, dude. I might have to go check that out because I haven't been to Exit In a while. They closed it for like temporarily and they just opened it back up like maybe 6 months ago.
I'm guessing it's a smaller type venue.
It is.
That's
It's
yeah.
a very small venue. I've seen a few bands there, but it's very small.
Yeah,
It's
they usually play small venues, bars, and small venues.
Right on.
which is what I prefer. I'm not a fan of concerts. If I'm going to see a band, they better be in a small venue.
I understand that. I feel you there. All right. Let's see. Which band or artist has been your favorite to see perform live in the venue?
Hmm. That's a tough one.
I
That's
know
a
it is.
tough one.
I feel you.
There's been so many that were just amazing. I mean, I don't know. I could go all the way back to Woodstock '94,
Ooh.
or I could go to like Monsters of Rock overseas in like '92, '93, whatever that was.
What? Tell me what the
Fucking,
Monsters of Rock. I know Woodstock. What's the Monsters of Rock?
it's some European, uh, basically metal show.
Okay.
You know, like I don't know, all the good old metal bands used to do it. Sabbath, freaking, all kinds of just different. Well, when Sabbath came back, but Ozzy did it by himself a couple times.
Hmm.
Just stuff like that. But it's the atmosphere, the energy. I don't know. I'd have to say probably my favorite band to go see now. It would be probably Reverend Horton Heat. That's always a good fun show.
Cool. Reverend Horton Heat. What's your favorite song by them?
I don't even know.
Okay.
There's quite a few.
Right on. All right.
Galaxy, probably Galaxy 500 because I've always wanted one of those.
Oh man.
I almost bought one not a few years ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What year was it?
60, I don't even remember what year it was.
Man, you know what's
60 something.
crazy? You're talking about the Galaxy. So
It
the
was the one that had the four headlights in the front. Whatever
right.
year that was.
So I think it was a 60. Is the ones that are up and down? The
No,
headlights.
it's
It's
two and
the
two.
long. Oh, the long. Okay, so that's like a
Yeah.
65. My dad had a 66 Ford Fairlane, which is basically a Galaxy.
Right. Yeah.
It was my great grandma's car, and yeah, I remember that. That's an awesome car.
The only reason why I didn't buy it is because it was a work in progress.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it was a rolling chassis, but there was no interior, no seats, no heat, none of that stuff. And I was like, I don't think my mom's going to be wanting to go to her doctor's offices sitting on a milk crate in the freezing cold.
It's so funny that you say that because that Fairlane that my dad had, um, the leaf spring broke on it when I was a kid, and so he just parked it in the backyard. And over time, it got a hole in the floorboard where the floor had rusted out. So yeah, I know it would be kind of scary riding down the road on a box with a hole in the floor or something like that. You know.
Right.
All right. The number 5. What was your first cannabis event?
Hash bash.
Hash Bash 2023.
No, hash bash like
Oh, that's right. You went
1980,
way before I did.
89.
89. Okay. So back then, 89. So that
It
was
was
at
just a Diag.
it was just a Diag. Okay. So they
Yeah.
didn't have the Monroe Street Festival at that point.
No, I don't think, no.
Okay. And was it kind of like the Diag? Was it kind of set up similar where they had booths and stuff like that, or was it just
No,
the
no, no. It was the center. It was the main stage, and then it was
okay?
just everybody hanging out, smoking, whatever. I mean, you would see like an occasional cart, like on the outside, someone selling,
Oh, right, right.
whatever paraphernalia and stuff like that. But yeah, it's nothing like it is now. It was mostly just everyone just standing around smoking
Nice.
and listening to all the speakers because they always had great speakers.
Right. Yeah, they do. They do have really good speakers there, and that's something I did like about the when we went this past year. We actually went to the Diag and listened to a few of the speakers up there.
Hmm.
That was really cool. Um, all right, and number 6, which cannabis event has been your favorite to attend?
I've only been to two cannabis events, Hash Bash, and then I was at some event in Germany.
Oh, really? What? Do you remember the event in Germany?
No,
That long
that's
time
right.
ago.
We were heading north up to Amsterdam on the trains, because we would get a 30-day train pass
Hmm.
and just travel all over Europe. Just sleep. You party in one city, you get tired, you just jump on the train, fall asleep, wait, and when you wake up, you just get off in the next city. And it was one of those things. We just walked off the train and people are handing out flyers for some
No way.
event. And it's like, all right, let's go. It's tomorrow. I guess we're spending the night.
That's wild. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool to be able to do something like that for sure.
I still have the flyers packed away.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I know that
That
they're
would have
doing
been in 93.
okay. Yeah, I know that they're doing a big cannabis event in Germany this year now that they've got legalization. So, but I think it's like I don't know when exactly it is, but I know it's coming up. I think it maybe June, something like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, it definitely wasn't like a sanctioned event or anything like that.
oh yeah, well yeah, because it wasn't legal back then. So
Mm.
yeah, you had been like some warehouse somewhere then, if that's the case, right?
No, I was outside.
Oh, it was outside. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Gotcha. All right. All right. Number 7. What was your most memorable purchase from a cannabis event?
I don't know. I don't think I've purchased anything at a cannabis event
Yeah.
besides maybe a T-shirt.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like the
I mean,
cup T-shirt and stuff like that.
I did uh, in 2024 at Hash Bash. I did trade somebody a gram of mushroom concentrate for a gram of his hash rosin.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't know you did that. That's
You were
cool.
with me. What do you
I
mean?
was? Jeez, I don't remember, Dave. I'm sorry, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. All right. Let's see. Oh wait. Number 8. Who was the first groma you met in the community?
TN,
TN Genetics.
but I don't think either one of us were really in the community back
Right.
then,
Right.
in the cannabis community.
That was like a mushroom event, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's kind of like a Jay Saw meeting Diabetic. They met years before, but then they didn't know, you know. So yeah, I get that.
right.
Um,
After that, I'm not sure. Maybe you. I'm not sure.
yeah. I was thinking maybe it was the when we met up in 2023.
Yeah, probably.
Wow. All right. Which Gromy in the community or from the community are you looking forward to meeting?
Oh, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. I mean, there's so many people I've been looking forward to meet coming to Hash Bash next month.
Hmm.
I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to meeting them all.
Hell yeah, dude. All right. Number 10. This is the last question. Which event or location would you like to attend with your fellow Gromy? This could be an event that you've never been to before that you would like to go to.
Spanibus.
Ooh, Spanibus. I would love to go to Spanibus too. Golly. Yeah, that would be
I mean, if we're talking dreams, Spanibus.
Spanibus. There we go. That's a good dream, bro. Yeah, that's I think that's mine too, to be honest with you. Like the Spanibus and then that one I was mentioning earlier about that new one in Germany that they just started. Kinda going to be able to go both of those would be kinda cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Wherever the best hash is at. That's right. That's
100%.
that's where I want to go. And
Yeah, definitely Europe for sure.
mhm.
All right. That's all on the hot topics.
God, there was 10 of them. Wow.
There's 10. Yep. I'm gonna get more. I'm still trying to think of questions and just kind of adding on as I go. Yeah, I'll eventually have some more questions for that. So the next thing I want to talk about is the what I started was think a Gromy. Basically, just think a Gromy in the community. Like reach out to people because the thing is you don't realize that people are going through hard times, and that a lot of people won't show it. And just reaching out to a person within the community, saying, "Hey, what's up?" Just having a little chat, whatever. If you want to just share something awesome about that person, let them know. Sometimes they don't. They're hard on themselves, and they need that reassurance that there's people in the community that are actually thinking about them. So I am going to go ahead and thank you since I have you on. Um, but I do want to thank you. the one of the great things about you is that you do help out the community. Even though I know it is frustrating at times because people are hard headed, but you do help everyone regardless. You know, even if it's just little bits here and there, like hey Badger, I got this. What do I do? What do I need to do or something? And the one great thing about you is that you do always help out, and I truly appreciate that. I think that's why we all kind of are here for you for sure because you definitely help everybody out. So I thank you so much for doing that.
Well, you're welcome. I'm always here,
Yeah,
always willing.
yeah.
The community has been great to me.
Hell yeah, dude. 100%.
I do
Yeah,
get frustrated at times, but I'm still always here to answer questions or
right,
talk or whatever.
right, for sure. Um, so is there anybody in the community that's helped you out that you wouldn't mind sharing with?
Because so many people in this community have helped me out in so many different freaking ways.
Right,
It's unreal. I mean, you mentioned Smalley, getting me a worm farm, Matt Fratt coming and, one of the many things dropping off his press and letting me use it all winter long. I mean,
right,
you've done a million things for me,
right,
throughout the years of us, hanging out and you come up here, a
right.
couple times a year. There's just so many people, it's hard to just, single out one person.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But yeah, there's like, yeah, people go through shit and they're not, not a lot of people are going to let you know, but I mean, I go through shit a lot. I
Right,
got, depression, PTSD, all that stuff. And that's part of why, I'm in the Discord lounge all the time,
right.
just so I can talk with the Gromies and get out of my head. And,
Yeah, that's one great thing I love about Discord is that we could get on there and just chat. And I know I've had many of hours of discussion of just bullshitting about life, and
yes,
just having those discussions has definitely helped me out, especially going through with whatever I'm going through in my life.
right. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I know Instagram has its own community and all that, but honestly, I like the Discord one just with the fact that we actually it's more meaningful, I guess.
We actually talk to each other, get to know each other on
Right.
a
Yeah, and we
personal, deep personal level.
right, and actually meet up and hang out and do the things that a community is supposed to do, not just like a post or anything like that, like actual meeting
Right.
up. So
If you got a question, someone's going to answer it, and they're not going to give you an attitude when they answer it.
right, yeah, I do like that for sure. Um,
There's really no downvoting or disliking or anything like that.
right, right, for sure. Yeah, definitely everybody kind of helps keep each other going. I do like that a lot. I definitely that's helped me out over the last I would say probably the last year, because I've had a couple surgeries myself, and getting through that was pretty rough. But I had the Gromies in the community that kind of helped me push through. You
Right.
being one of them for sure. So yeah, I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, people will reach out to your fellow Gromies.
Yeah.
Uh, you know,
Just
just message,
you haven't
call, whatever you can do.
you haven't seen their name pop up in a while, just throw them a DM.
Yeah, check on them, make sure
Yeah.
they're okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about was I did the birthday giveaway. The two winners from that were Dad Terps and excuse me, French 152. But from that, French 152, whenever he won, I had a discussion with him, and he'd already had the West Coast Tucadillo seeds, and but what he wanted to do was to pay it forward to the next Gromy. That way, some a growing community can grow it out because he's already done it. So I definitely want to shout out to French 152 for paying it forward to the next person in the community. So speaking of that, we're going to go ahead and announce the next giveaway.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad you're here for this. The starting after this podcast airs, with the help of the breeders within our community, we are starting the Ultimate Breeders Spring Starter Pack.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, just in time for the beginning of spring, which is March 20th, 2025. We have the West Coast Tucadillo seeds from Alabrije Genetics that was paid for by French 152. We also are getting the Mythical Midnight from Outcast Genetics. And we're getting 3 cultivars from Green Guy Genetics. It's going to be Blueberry Grape, Funeral Desserts, and Odin Sons. So that's 6 packs of beans. That's going to go to one lucky winner.
That's 6 amazing packs of beans.
Yeah, no shit. The opportunity to win the Ultimate Breeder Spring Starter Pack will be in the prize corner channel of the Grateful Nerd Discord. So again, this is going to be a Discord exclusive. So be sure to get on to the Grateful Nerd Discord. I've actually have a link tree on my Instagram, or you can DM me. Instagram's paranoid_grower. On basically all of Discord, it's paranoid grower. So if you are not on the Discord and want to get in on this, reach out. Like Badger said, there's some amazing cultivars in this set. So I want to talk to you about a few of those, because I know you and I have been testers for both Outcast and Green Guy.
Mhm.
I was a tester for Mythical Midnight. Honestly, that cultivar, at the time, I had to keep 3 grinders because it would gum up my grinder. It was so sticky. Like, it was insane. And the people I shared it with complained about the same thing. They would have to go like 2 or 3 grinders. They were like, "I'm not mad at you, but but it does kind of suck having to go through all these grinders, because like you do have to clean, and I just got to practice doing 3 grinders, so it worked out for me. But I know you've tested a few of the Green Guy Genetics. Were you a tester for Funeral Desserts?
No,
You weren't? Okay.
I don't. He didn't have testers during early funeral dessert days. I don't think.
Okay. And what about Odin Sons? Were you a tester for
Yes.
that? You were a
Yes.
tester for Odin Sons. I knew you were a tester for one of those.
Yeah. Odin Sons and Asgard Wedding. I did them both indoors and outdoors
Okay.
for the test. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're growing it outdoors. What were your results, and like what did you find out that you loved about growing them outdoors?
There's nothing like sun-kissed resin or rosin or
Hmm.
oil.
Right.
Outdoors is just something different.
For sure.
And outdoor plants, they're they're not as picky as indoor plants. They can take a lot of abuse and just keep on chucking, trucking, whatever.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't I don't smoke outdoor flower, but the oil that you get out of outdoor plants is, yeah, top notch.
Right. Yeah. I've grown out the Blueberry Grape Funeral Desserts and the Odin Sons from Green Guy. The Blueberry Grape is definitely one of my favorites. It has the grape skin terps, and the Odin Sons definitely makes you stupid
Yep.
every single time. But I know Master Yoda actually had that tested when we did that grow along on Crafting Cannabis Discord, and it actually had CBG, a little bit of CBG in the Odin Sun. So yeah,
CBG is nice.
it is. It's absolutely nice. I love CBG.
It's a really good cannabinoid that people need to pay more attention to.
Absolutely, I agree with you on that. It's definitely a pain reliever.
Hmm.
But, I know I've had friends that have tried CBG, and they say it's better than Aleve, better than any Tylenol, any of that stuff that you take. You smoke a joint of CBG, and you're feeling fantastic.
Yep.
or even just doing edibles out of it.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, the giveaway will, I'll, as soon as this podcast airs, I will go ahead and create the bot and we will get started on this giveaway. I'm probably going to try to do it um, about like March 20th at 3:20 p.m. That's my goal. So be sure you get up on that. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the upcoming events that you and I, um, and then any upcoming events that you're going to that you would like to share. You and I are going to be meeting up at Hash Bash here in a few weeks. It's actually about a month now, so
yeah, yeah,
I'm pretty excited about that. I know I'm gonna be staying with Matt Frat this year. I think you're staying with Bearded, so
yep,
but yeah, I'm pretty sure we're probably going to try to meet up again, do the Cup and the Diag and the Monroe Street Festival again.
definitely. And I'm probably I think some of us are going to be doing the scavenger hunt or whatever. Also,
Oh yeah, the scavenger hunt. Totally forgot. Haven't even mentioned that. So you want to speak about the scavenger hunt?
it's basically I think it's like $50 a map or something like that, and it takes you around to a whole bunch of different dispensaries where you can get like free shit or whatever.
Right. Yeah, like free pre rolls and
Right,
some of them have cards and then just some swag, like paraphernalia and stuff like that. So that's gonna be really neat doing the scavenger hunt. I'm really looking forward to doing that because we hadn't done that. We've talked about it for like the last, I guess, a couple of years now, and
right.
just haven't done it. So I know Matt Frapp, either him or his wife, went and scored some tickets for us. So we
Out of all the years I've been going to Hash Bash, 2023 was the first time I actually went to the Cup.
oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Usually I just go there with a bunch of little one hitters that have packed full of hash and just hand them out,
right.
and then I'm there for like a couple hours and go home.
Hell yeah. Um, the next event that was just announced is Keefe Canna Fest. It's in May 17th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. in Tilton, Illinois at Molly's Joint. And a Molly's Joint is the event that's attached to a dispensary. So you'll actually be able to buy stuff from the dispensary and then you can also get stuff from the event as well. Um,
And you'll be able to consume on property.
yeah, absolutely. Um, so yeah, definitely. There's a group of us going, and it's right now. It's just growing by the day. So if you're in the Tilton, Illinois area on May 17th, please reach out. There's gonna be a group of us going. So if you want to hang out, smoke, and chat, and trade seeds, whatever. And the same goes for Hash Bash. Anybody that's wanting to meet up, like I said, we got multiple houses. So and then we're going to multiple
Several
places. So yeah, yeah,
several houses this year.
several houses a year. Yeah, it's just the every year is growing. So that's pretty fucking awesome. Being able to meet new gromies every year. So yeah, between both of those events, do you have any other events that you're looking forward to this year?
The Alebrije pop up.
Oh yeah,
I'm not sure. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep yet or not, but I know I'm going to the Alebrije thing.
yeah. We'll go ahead and talk about Alabrije. So he just announced a meetup in Chicago, Illinois, on September 6th from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. There will be 50 tickets available. The tickets aren't available just yet. So I know he's still working out the details on the venue and all that. So, but as of right now, it's September 6th from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And I know there's um, a few people that are going to be coming out. Grateful. I think Johnny and Istig are talking about coming.
A
Um,
lot of people are going to
yeah,
be there.
Rev from Your Average Grow. And then I know the other local Gromies from Jagger there in Chicago too, so I imagine they'll be going as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm hoping that we can all meet up and hang out. Um, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this into the Caniverse. I'm thinking about going to New England in July. So if anybody's wanting to meet up, I'm probably going to go up there for like a week or so. There's a few people up in that area, Massachusetts and Connecticut, New York, all that, Pennsylvania. They all live up there, so I'm gonna drive and try to like you know meet everybody that I
Yep.
can.
There's a bunch of people up in that area.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of Gromies in that area.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to going up there. Um, this is the end of the show. So go ahead and give you the opportunity to share your socials so people can find you.
Um, BadgersBunk on Instagram, although I don't really do anything over there anymore. And then Discord, that's about all. We're only place I'm at.
Right on. There's Badgers Bunk on Discord as well.
Yes.
Sweet.
Or Badger, depending on what Discord you're in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot yeah, I forgot there's like several people that have different names on each Discord. So yeah, for sure.
Well, I
All
thought
right. What's up?
Yag shortened my name down to Badger, so I think I'm
Right.
BadgersBunk on all the rest of them.
Gotcha. Hell yeah. All right. Well, everyone listening and watching, thank you. I hope you're out there having a wonderful time. Thank you, Badger.
All right. Thank you. It's fun.
Hell yeah.